Good evening, everyone. My name's Mark Allen Lovewell. I'm a folk singer from the island of Martha's Vineyard, and here with me tonight again is Molly Conole, a wonderful folk singer too. But she does all kinds of things. She does all kinds of music, all kinds of styles of music, and she's terrific. She's absolutely terrific, and it's great to have you here. We have so much to talk about tonight. We got a program. Unbelievable program tonight.
And of course, we kicked it off as we've been doing, just because we have a thought and a lot of prayers in our hearts for the people of Ukraine. So we have their kind of a folk song anthem that we like to tip our hats and our hearts to them.
And I want to add to that, you know, it's not just Ukraine. I mean, we're watching what's going on in Taiwan. I mean, democracy is having a hard time in the world today. Democracy is having a hard time. And
but we're here to think of all the good things that are around too. And that's where we're bringing some cheer.
And one of the great things, one of the great gifts is that we can use this program tonight as a tool to help remind us all to have an awareness, you know, to care about fellow communities, fellow islands, fellow places all around the world.
Speaking of fellow places,
oh my gosh,
we've been places. We got stories to tell. Now you might be wondering why I'm wearing this outfit, and that actually has nothing to do about the place. It has a different place, so that story's coming later. That's coming later.
You were in West Tisbury today.
That's right. But earlier this weekend, we had an experience on the sailboat, going for a trip. We'll talk more about that, but the thing that was so amazing that we discovered, right? One of the things on this trip was the personality of the ocean. We saw many different flavors of that, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we saw it from clear,
like a mirror,
ripple-free mirror ocean.
Yeah.
Bay,
pictures
sound.
of that. Yeah.
To the other extreme.
Which was small craft advisories, and we were a small
White
craft.
White caps.
In the Buzzards Bay, which is kind of, as we were hearing storytellers from the area say, well, the forecast is this, but then again, it's Buzzards Bay.
We had water spraying over the bow and getting in our face, in our hair, and our
glasses were covered with salt. You couldn't see a darn thing.
And I told everyone, if I had known the forecast was going to be what it turned out to be, I wouldn't have even taken the trip. I'm an enormously cautious sailor.
And I have to say, this was my first long sailing trip, and there wasn't one moment that I didn't feel that this captain here wasn't going to get us through safely, and that is a huge compliment.
Which is a big deal for me, because when you're taking a lovely lady out sailing, you don't want to make it the last sail that she'll ever want to go on. So it was amazing, but it truly, we went to Padenham, which is a lovely, lovely, lovely seaside community south of New Bedford. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. It's not the hustle and bustle of the urban area. It's more of a, it's this quieter community, like the communities here on the island, the harbors around here. And we went there to gather with a bunch of catboat sailors like ourselves from all over southeastern Massachusetts, and there were over 20, maybe I was number 28 catboat, and I was, so they may have been as many as 30 that signed in, and we all gathered together in the fellowship and shared stories. And
good people, and more shout outs to come. Because we got a song to sing, right?
We got a song to honor the ocean.
Honor the ocean and the fact that it needs a good captain to get you through. And this was Captain Mark, but he had a Captain Maggie moment. You know he wrote this song. He didn't know he was writing it about himself, but he sure lived into it.
The stern the wheel there stands a fine lady. She's the best of the fishing kind. Among us pot hollers south of no man's, there's a wicked hard wind, so beware. We leave the dock early in the morning, get the best of the day fishing there. And we'll toast to Captain Maggie. Don't cut her off when tending your gear. She's fished with the best, there are only a few better. She's tough when the going rough around here. Maggie sets her trawls along the bottom. Her vision is feeling around a world that she can't see. She makes the best out of a 6-fathom edge. Her day's haul is better than me. Off no man's shoreline, boulders don't care. They'll sink any boat that crosses too near. The waves, the wind, and those jagged rocks can send any boat down, so stay clear. And we'll toast to Captain Maggie. Don't cut her off when you're tending your gear. She's fished with the best, there are only a few better. She's tough when the going rough around here. Each morning she's dressed for work like all of us. No colorful dress or blouse around here. We know her by her worn orange Grundens, tall rubber boots, all men's fishing gear. At night when her boat is docked in the harbor, she's all lady at the pub, among the finest in kind. She can twist and turn with any tune. On the dance floor, she's free without a care. So we'll toast to Captain Maggie. Don't cut her off when tending your gear. She's fished with the best, only a few better. She's tough when the going's rough around here. Well, this is a little reminder of what we went through.
I think so. Here we go.
One stormy night she was out fishing late. Fog slipped in, the waves chased her astern. When her boat finally landed, a man was awaiting. He stepped out of the shadow and under the glow of a lantern. We watched as he pulled out a wet paper bag. He handed it to her, and that foggy night, she opened it, a bouquet of flowers. We all thought we saw her tears. So we'll toast to Captain Maggie. Don't cut her off when only a few better. She's tough when they're going to rock around here. She's tough when they're going to rock around here. She's tough when they're going to rock around here.
Woo! To Captain Maggie and Captain Mark. Toast some ginger beer. Non-alcoholic, yum. Good
Captain
stuff.
Molly. What do you think of that?
I like that song, I get to practice being an alto.
Alto.
An alto. And then I giggle 3 octaves higher.
All right, we're very, very, very fortunate tonight. I'm going to introduce you, Molly. Molly's going to read a poem. We're poets, both of us. We do it. We write, we sing, we write songs, we write
get
stories.
inspired. We look around, we get inspired, and that's not a hard thing to do around here.
And we inspire each other, and she inspires me.
You inspire me. And that whole trip.
Are we going to have an argument about this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who inspires whom? Oh, we're always
We're going to have that argument again. Oh my God, I lost it the last time. She won that argument the last time, but I'm going to hold off. I'm going to try it. I'm going to win someday.
So funny.
Yeah, please tell them the story behind your writing it before you get
Okay, all right, I will.
Just don't read it. Just have
Okay, I have a story.
There's a story that
There's a
goes
story about this. So I'll tell you the title of it, then I'll tell you the story. It's called Vineyard Sound. And for those of you who don't live around this area, Vineyard Sound is the body of water that's calmer than the exposed ocean. So, and it's on the northwest shore of the Vineyard, and between that and the Elizabeth Islands, which are a little group of islands before you get to the mainland. So the water in Vineyard Sound doesn't have as big of waves. So if you want to go surfing, don't go to Vineyard Sound. But also, what I've learned from this guy is that Vineyard Sound used to be like a main thoroughfare for people traveling up and down the coast, probably because it had the calmer waters. And Vineyard Sound is also what my grandparents' house, when I was a kid, ever since I started coming to the Vineyard when I was a baby, and then here I am. That's where their house looked out across Vineyard Sound, and we could see all the islands, Cuddyunk and all the other islands across going there, down to Menemsha. It was an amazing, amazing place to grow up, and it inspired me because I thought, we're going to be sailing across Vineyard Sound, and isn't that cool? And it just kind of felt like a coming home. And then I started to think about those words, Vineyard Sound, and that's how this poem came about. Vineyard Sound. Sound of adventure, journeys begun. Sound of laughter, sport and fun. Sound of water lapping, spray. Sound of sail rigs, motors, play. Sound of osprey, gull and tern. Sound of fish who splash astern. Sound of buoys, clanging bells. Sound of stories captain tells. Sound of traveler coming home. Sound of fisherman still to roam. Sound of greetings, eyes that weep. Sound of sleeping soundly, deep. Sound of vineyard, Vineyard Sound.
Can we do that? Can we do that?
Thank you.
That's so nice. That's so nice. And when she read it for me the first time, I was like, oh my gosh. Anyhow, I'm a big fan of her. Just like you are, okay? I know that this is not any one of you already know. Molly's a very talented lady.
So is this guy. And in fact, he wrote another song that we're going to hear right now, too. Right?
First, we're going to give a shout out
Oh, yeah.
to Bill McKay and Mo. When we were out in Paden over the weekend, we had an opportunity to see one of our dearest of friends, Bill McKay of Mashpee, and his wife Mo. And he's a treasured fellow who helped counsel me for years as I was getting active in catboat sailing across these waters. And in fact, he was actually coaching me this weekend. And he was there at this Paden catboat rendezvous where all these like-minded sailors get together and share stories. And what's so fun is to have this, I'm going to call him an elder. He's got a young, spirited heart. But I will say him as an elder, where we're all young ones running around him compared to him. He's just a brilliant man. Anyhow, he was there, and I want to give a big shout out to him and to thank him.
I'm going to get the mosquito on you. There you go, honey.
There you go, thank you. And Jeff Marshall, who ran the Paden catboat rendezvous, who also runs Marshall Marine, gave Bill a very special award.
So perfect.
A perpetual award, a trophy.
A spirit award, right?
Spirits award for his contribution. And it wasn't just so narrow a spirited thing just for the benefit of the Paden event, though that's often what the award is given to, but it was for Bill's outstanding and long-standing contribution to the maritime community. And I've served with Bill for many years as co-editors of the Catboat Bulletin. We would sit around together and drink non-alcoholic something and share stories. And what a nice man.
And he's a good writer. He sent me a story that he's written, and it had the flute in it because he saw me playing the flute here, and I'm loving it. So what a great guy. And Mo, too. He got the most genuine and loving standing ovation, and he deserved it.
Yeah, and everybody just stood up and applauded and said real nice things about it. All right, I need the words to my Sarah.
Here we go. I got it.
So on it. And also I want to say, I mentioned it only briefly last week, and I'll mention it again, that there's a Meet the Fleet gathering at Menemsha on Thursday from 3 to 7. 3 to 7 at Menemsha, where the fishing boats and fishermen are going to gather for the benefit of sharing their story with the public. So often people don't get a chance to see the fishermen because they're out early in their boats and they're gone. All your experience of seeing a fisherman is really the fish you get at the dock. Well, this is an event called Meet the Fleet, and it follows the model of being done by many coastal communities all around the country, from the west coast to the east coast all the way up to Alaska. And the Cape Cod, they do it as well. And the idea is to celebrate your local fishermen. Bring them out and have them be a part of a festival of celebration. And I'm going to be there. I'm not going to be singing. It's going to be kind of cool. They just want me to read my poetry. And so I'm honored about that, because everyone sort of think, oh, he's a sea shanty singer, or oh, he's this whatever.
He's a lot of things.
What is so wonderful is that I'm being recognized as a poet. And
does this one have harmonica in it, this song?
yeah, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I'm just
You're
getting
welcome.
distracted.
I always get excited
I'll
when
go
there's
look
going to be a
for it.
harmonica.
I like the harmonica. Anyhow, I'm very excited about reading poetry. And the Rowan, the fishing boat Rowan from Mystic Seaport,
That
which
you
originally,
wrote it. Your
which
poem.
was built for an island fisherman, will be tied up at the Menemsha dock, and you'll get to see it. And I'll read a poem dedicated to a story about
Cool.
that I got from the Rowan.
That's
Anyhow.
awesome.
So this is Sarah. This is called Fishing Boat Sarah, and I have to toot We have to tune our CDs because it matters. This is from the CD called "With the Fishes." It's a song I wrote celebrating our small town community fishermen. Now listen to the words. It's called "Fishing Boat Sarah." It's a story about a fishing boat. I know we got musicians out in the audience, so I gotta make sure I'm tuned. Fishing boat, she's our own. She's a home away from home. Rockin', rockin', Sarah carry us on. Carry us on. Through the Quicksoul Passage at dawn, we're bound far away, leaving the town, the bright lights and the sounds of the day, leaving breakfast on the table, our neighbors and friends behind. We're heading east to the fish, Sarah carry us on. Not the fish in the hole. Biggest payback isn't when the fish are sold. We got memories of Grandpa, a Highlander back in his day. We've got his story, Sarah carry us on. Wake swirls behind. I tell you something about who we are and the sparkle in our eyes. Doesn't hold a coin to the women we left at the dock. Garden in the backyard, the clothes hanging from the line. Riding on the ocean, turning with the tide, falling in that net, our friends by our side. Watching the whales swim by, plenty of room for all of us when the fish finally arrive. I don't know what you're talking about, this small boat belongs out here. We're doing alright, Sarah carry us on. Carry us on. house windows fogging, the radar spins round and round. Coffee's burnt, it's too hot, the autopilot is down. The net is coming back loaded, there's seagulls drifting nearby. We're done our fishing, Sarah carry us home. Carry us home. Being out here are so great that our loved ones are cared for and their dreams they are met. We all want good weather, a lot of fish out here. We're turning to the west, Sarah carry us home. By our side. And granddaughters too, I see that.
And daughters. Lots of loved ones.
All your you
all
know,
of them.
because it's one of the things, I mean, we all grew up hearing everybody, I don't care where you live in the United States, you all grew up.
I'm going to go, speaking of everybody, where everybody's from, I'm going to go check and see all the chatting that's going on out there. Oh, we got people here.
Anyway, everyone grew up hearing, everyone grew up hearing the story about the farmer raising his children on the farm. And many of them become farmers too. And so that on the field, out in the field, it's often the story is that there are multiple generations of farmers. Not just a father, but his son, his grandson. They're all there. They're all out there.
All out there.
And that's a celebrated story that has built America, that feeds America. And we all know that story. But for some of us in the coastal communities, it's not just the farmers. The fishermen. Fishermen, multiple generations of fishermen working together.
Mm-hmm.
For the same cause. Make a living, pay the bills. And deservedly, they require and need our support.
Now, speaking of paying the bills, you got a gig this week, another gig on Wednesday night that you wanted to tell everybody
God,
about,
that's
right?
right.
I can tell everybody if you don't want to.
Yeah, you can tell me.
Oh, so this guy who does everything, this jack of all trades, he's doing a stargazing event this week, Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. and it's going to be at the Manuel F. Corellis Frisbee Golf Course place
At the Manuel F. Corellis State Forest
off of Barnes Road.
Off Barnes Road, and if you don't know where it is, it's listed in all the newspapers because it's a community library program.
Yeah.
It's all the island collaborative. Excuse me. All the island libraries are sponsoring this, making this happen.
And the last one was a lot of fun up in Chilmark.
Yeah, it was only 2 weeks ago. We had 40 people show up. It was a great turnout.
That's fun.
I made a lot of noise, and some saw meteors, shooting stars.
That's right. That's right.
So
that was cool.
thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, well, it's a fun evening.
I think it's pretty. I think I can pretty much say it is that I have multiple talents, and I try and use them to help pay the bills.
And lots of good information that you share, which is fun to learn.
We talked about the summer triangle. Do you all know the summer triangle? The 3 stars that are overhead at night, the brightest stars of summer. Summer triangle.
Now I know it. I didn't know it before.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
We'll tell you about it. And the 3 stars. Deneb.
Vega.
Boy, she knows. Yep.
Altair.
And you got it. All 3 of them.
I only learned that from him.
Anyhow, the story of our sky is, I mean, you can't help, if you love the ocean, if you love the stories of people who explored the oceans, you can't help but be sucked in, all legs, all arms, into the idea of the mystery and magic of our universe.
Yeah.
And to visualize, to imagine, use your imagination, an ocean and having coastlines far, far away beyond your horizon. Anyone who loves the ocean has that, a capacity to visualize the depths, the deepest ocean, the distant harbors and ports. It's not a lot of tweaking to have that same fascination for the stars, the planets, and what lies above every one of our night skies. Your night sky as well as mine. Now we have light pollution and those are issues, but you don't, living by the ocean, we have the ocean to look at, but if you're inland and you look up at the stars, you can do it anywhere. And, anyhow, so there's that.
And now we're going to sing another song about a boat, right?
Another one. This is called The Diamond.
And it's not on an album, so
it's not on
we've
an
already
album.
decided it has to be on the next one.
It's a whaling song. It's a whaling song. I'm sorry. It's
Y'all
part of
can
my
tell us how you
part
like
of my
it.
heritage. It's part of my family heritage.
That's what it's got.
Diamond is the ship me left from the Davis Straits she's bound. Here it is all harnessed with a bonny master. Captain Thompson gives the order to sail the ocean wide, where the sun never sets me lads in the sky. Cheer up, me lad, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the Diamond goes fishing for the whale. It's at the pier at Petershead, bonny lasses stand around, shawls all wrapped around their heads, salt tears coming down. Now don't you weep, you bonny lass, though you'll be left behind, or a rose will grow on green shine like wives of Liza's swan. Here's the health to the Barometros, diamond ship coating. Beware the jackets of the white and the trousers of the blue. And when we get into Peter's Head, we'll have sweethearts and it's cheer up me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes to fishing over there. It'll be bright both day and night when the bonny ship comes home, with a ship that's full of oil, me boys, money to all. They'll make the cradles for the rock and the blankets for the tear. And every girl in Peter's Head will say, hush, abide, my dear. Cheer up, lads, let your hearts never fail. Well, the bonny ship, the diamond goes fishing, goes fishing for the Isn't she
I
great?
like that one.
Huge.
I like that one.
Thank you.
That's a new one. I like that.
It's a great song. I don't know.
It's a
Anyway.
great song. It's a great song.
Um,
Alright, so now the time has come to explain the outfit. Alright, see, it's actually a whole dress.
she's dressed up for
It's
tonight.
a pretty dress. It's a really pretty dress. And it's not the usual thing for singing awesome sea shanties in. But I had another concert this afternoon, and I want to give a huge shout out to the host of that concert, which was Peter Halpern, and at his lovely studio space here in West Tisbury. And I just felt so honored to be a guest there, singing the absolutely gorgeous, in the classical vein, songs written by Phil Dietrich based on poems by James Joyce. And the cool thing was, we'd just gotten off a boat, so I was still kind of standing there rocking. But it worked because all of these songs had really lovely water and wind kinds of themes going through them, and just really lovely works. I hope that you'll all be able to hear them sometime. We're talking about recording them, and they're just really evocative.
It's really beautiful what she was doing with Phil. Phil is a local composer who helps so many musicians on the island. There's really is classical. He has a great sensitivity to Scottish music.
Yeah, he would love that diamond one, right?
And he's just one of a kind. And he, together with Molly, put together this wonderful program. 5 songs.
5 songs that he wrote. Oh my goodness, are they gorgeous? They're so singable.
And she hit all the notes. For all of you who think Molly is capable of every note. She can hit every one of them. She hit him, and she hit him today. She touched him gently and kindly and sweetly, and just amazing. And the numbers of the people in the audience were small, so it wasn't like a big deal.
It was a lovely, intimate gathering.
Intimate gathering, and so the message out of that whole show was, oh my gosh, we got to do this
Yes,
on a
thank you
bigger scale.
to Jerry and John Creelan, who came from Bloomsday Events, James Joyce Events, and Connie and Caroline and Mark and Laura and Betsy. It was a lovely gathering.
So good.
Yeah.
Right after being on a sailboat too. It's amazing.
It was really fun.
We got some. I also want to do more shout outs, right?
That's right. I want to shout out to the hardworking people that are having a party at my house right now, and actually going to be supplying dinner to the people who just walked off a boat. I'm not naming any names, but but they're pretty excited to come and share a meal and see you all. And anyways, we love you. And we love all of you that are here. You know, you make us in your comments in Facebook and.
Well, she
she
just segued into the idea is that behind Molly is a lot of people who care about what she does. Family is a piece of it.
You too.
And you know, anyone who knows anyone who knows us well knows that family is essential. Key ingredient to defining who we are, what we are, and our hopes and dreams for the future.
And you guys are like family too, and that's what's so cool.
And they enable us, like you enable us. And we've got, I'm going to say it, Patreon supporters who support us each month with a contribution, a financial contribution to help us pay for this show. We don't do any formal advertising on the show. Have you noticed?
Oh, maybe we should start.
We don't have any, there's no economic engine that drives this show. The only thing that drives this show is our Patreon supporters and
CD
people who
sales.
support our content.
Where's our CD? Where's our newest CD? We should flash that up too. Oh, there's a little flashy thing at the bottom of the screen too. That's our advertisement. There it is. There's us. Oh, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. See if I can get rid of the glare. There we go.
There without the
It
glare.
looks kind of like us, right?
There we go. I get the both of us in the CD. And
it's original tunes by both of us, little stories, and some old songs too that we've found and had a good time.
just to let you know, the top song on the CD is "Let's Go to the Fair."
That's coming up soon.
And that's coming up soon. The fair is coming up soon. And today's the last day of July. We all made it.
We
all
made
made it. Anyway. So I have to shout out to them, to our supporters, because they're huge. They're terrific people. Help us move along, and they counsel us. They comment like you're commenting right now.
Absolutely. You guys are wonderful.
Come up with ideas.
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you all.
I had a relative today who gave me a record, an old record. From 1970, David Vos. I'm going to shout out him.
Yeah, recorded on the Shenandoah.
But I had never seen it. I mean, I knew the musician, whose name escapes me right now. But people contribute to the support of what we do.
In a lot of different ways, and that's.
We're not a non-profit organization in the technical sense. We're a non-profit organization.
Never in the
humorous sense. In the humorous sense. So your support is huge, and I know you people who watch NPR. You listen to NPR, and every once in a while they do their little fundraising event, and we all switch channels and go hopping other places because we don't. It gets annoying hearing somebody talking about fundraising. But hey, the truth is, what Molly and I do, and I'm saying we together,
Hey, can I give another little shout out to NPR? The story that I heard this week.
Oh my God,
so
absolutely.
short,
I was wondering
but
that.
it's brilliant. Norman Lear, famous TV.
You know who Norman Lear is.
Did all the
How
big.
old is he?
100 years old. And in his own voice, they had a little snippet of a quote when he was asked, "What is your secret to life?" And he said, "There are two very important words in the English language. Before and next. And I like to live in the hammock between the two. That's living in the moment." Don't you just love that? I loved it. So here's to hammocks for all of you all this week.
Yeah, everyone's on a hammock, or you're on a boat in between two places.
That's right. Enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
Have a wonderful week, everyone. We're on the last song.
Talk about rides. You know where we're going with this one.
Oh, I have
Sing
to say
along.
Bandcamp. Hey, we're up on Bandcamp now. You can find
All your CDs there.
all
right?
my CDs, including the one Molly and I do. It's on Bandcamp if you're going to look it up.
Yeah.
Take a peek at it. And if you're not familiar with us, just Google. We all have websites. We have people who comment anyway.
Here's
Thank
an
you.
old song.
Thank you this week, everyone. Thank you, and thank you for your support for our live show on Nantucket Sound earlier.
And thanks to Gail Huntington for this song.
That's right, Gail Huntington. Call all hands, demand the capstan, see the cable running clear, lead the way, and with the Lord, going home, we do see, rolling home. Rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear land. Rolling home near God to thee. Fare thee well, yes, Spanish maidens. It is time to bid adieu. Happy times we've spent together. Happy times we've spent together. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear round Cape Horn, one frosty morning, and the sails were full of snow. Tighten those sheets and pull in those halyards. Let her off and let her go. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear rolling home near God to thee. All right, one more verse.
You know it. You know where we're going. We were
You're
doing
gonna
it
join
earlier
with us.
today.
Anyway, thank you for joining with us again tonight. Thank you for your support throughout the week and your comments, your messages.
Yeah.
You're awesome. You're all wonderful.
Thanks for being here.
Many thousand miles behind us, many thousand miles to go. The ocean lifts her waves from us to that mountain. Remember shore, rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to Martha's Vineyard. Rolling home near God to thee. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.